Okay, so vectors, complex plane, and polar coordinates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very great. Actually, I like these chapters so much. These and trigonometry. These are my favorite chapters.
And this is chapter 7. I find easy. It's like not that
Yeah,
complex.
yes, that is not that complex. According to that's name, the name is very complex, but topic, topic is not more. Sorry, 692. Yeah. And
In
you are
school, we've
expecting daily
actually only
classes,
done till like chapter 7.2, like the dot product.
the dot product. Okay, we'll start from dot product.
Okay.
Let me just find that. You know about vectors, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell me
But
like a very basic thing that what is vector according to you?
one second, my mom's calling me. Just give me like one
Okay.
second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Uh,
Yeah.
sorry. What was the question again?
What is vectors according to you?
Vectors is. I mean, vectors have like there's
Any basic thing like how we can identify that this is a vector?
it has like same the magnet. It has the same direction and magnitude, we could say.
Yes, yes. So we have different vectors having the magnitudes and directions, right? And from that
Yeah.
we can just simplify it, or we can say we can differentiate it. Okay,
Yeah.
we have so many types of vectors, right? So
Yeah.
now we have to see, we have seen in the 7.1 section that what is vectors and what are the types of vectors and all, right? But now we'll
Yeah.
see what is the dot product of that and what is the cross product of that, right? That is section 7.2 and 3. Okay. So if you
Yeah.
find anything like my voice is cracking or you don't understand something, so you can just stop me at that point
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, your voice is perfectly fine.
Okay. So if you don't understand anything, you can stop me. I'll
Yeah.
continue. So firstly, we'll see in these things like what is the how to find the dot product and what is the uses of that, why we are doing all these things, and determine whether the two vectors are parallel. So basically, why we are doing all these things to find the vector's nature, right? If you are having two
Yeah.
vectors, let's say A bar and B bar, and we have to find that what is the relationship between them, right? So we can do the dot product and see if the value is coming 0, not equals to 0, 1 or something, right? So if we get
Yeah.
something specific value and that specific value aligns to our rules, so we can say that the vectors are parallel, right? And from that we can learn and we can analyze so many things, right?
Yeah.
So we have so many different uses of dot products and we'll see that further. Firstly, we'll see what is dot product and how we can do that. Okay. So in a very layman language, or we can say very easy language, I'll show you. Um, you can see here we have dot product of two vectors. First vector is u bar, which is having a and b, and second is b bar, which is having c and d. So what you have to do in dot product, you have to just multiply the x components and the y components, and you have to add them. Okay, what you have to
Yeah.
do? let me just write it down. We have A, B, and we have C, D, right? So we can say A and C are the X components, right? And
Yeah.
B and D are Y components. So what you have to do? We have to multiply firstly X components. So we have to multiply A and C, okay? And then you have to add the Y components. So you have to add B
B
into
and D.
D, right? And we also have Z components, right? We have three components, X, Y, and Z, okay?
Yeah.
So if we have A, B, and Z, okay? If we are having C, D, and E, okay? So what you have to do? You have to add one more plus, and what you have to do? Z into E, okay? So what you have to do?
Okay.
Basically, what is dot product? You just have to multiply the same components and you have to add all the components together. Okay, that is the
Okay.
dot
Yeah.
product. And what you will get here, you will get, can you tell me, you will get vector or you will get the values?
What do
What
you
you will
mean
get?
when we add them together?
Yes, if we find the answer of these things, the this A, C, B, D, and Z, D, we will get a numerical value or we will get a vector.
I would say if there was actual numbers, we would get a numeric value.
Yes, so we can say that here we'll get something numeric value, right? And
Yeah.
if we are, we'll see further for specific numeric value, we can say that if it is zero, we can say it is parallel or one. So we'll have different rules for it, right? To find.
Yeah.
So let's see. We can have one example, right? So first example is find the dot product of these factor and these factor. So what you have to do, you just have to multiply x components, that is minus 7 into 2
Yeah. Minus
and
14.
yes, minus 14 and 3 into 5.
Yeah.
Let me just, if, okay, so minus 7. So we'll have minus 14 plus 15. So it will be 1. Okay, pretty easy.
Yeah. I have a question. Why do we like when we're add the minus 7 times 2, why do we like add plus in like in between uh 2 and then plus 3?
Why we are adding all these components?
Yeah, why are we adding the components?
Actually, this is a rule. What the if you are saying that let's say you know Pythagoras, right? You know Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that says that a square plus b square is equals to c square. There is a big proof, right? You know about the proof, how we can prove that. There's a big proof of that. Okay, so from there we can
Yeah.
find that you have to add the uh, the both components, right? So here, from the very researches and proofs, we get that product, the dot product is a, we can say a principle, and you have to follow that, right? They're having specific
Yeah.
rules, so you have to follow that. I don't know much about the what we can say proofs. I will find in the next class if you want that why we are adding and why we are not subtracting. I will find, but right now I can say that this is a principle. You have to follow certain
Yeah.
rules, right? If you know that this is a principle, so it will need a very more researchers and all to find that, right? So there is some rules, or we can say there is some proofs which is not like in your grades because it will having the engineering part of right, which is not, we can say it is from grade 12 or from engineering point of view. So we will not get that proofs, but I'll find one in the next class. Hope so, right? And
Yeah.
I'll get to you that why it is plus and why it is not minus. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So here are some properties now. Properties of dot product, which are very important. So firstly, first property is if we have like two, what we can say, vectors u and v. So we can take u dot v also or v dot u also. The answer will be
Yeah.
same only, right? Because
Yeah.
in what we are doing just the multiplication and the addition, so that will be not an issue, right? So first point is clear. Second is u dot u. So if we just take the dot product of the same vectors, what you will get? You will get the magnitude square of the vector. Okay, so you will directly
Yeah.
get the magnitude of the vector and square of it. Okay, that is easy, we can say, because in the end you will get the numeric value, which is the magnitude of the same vector, and you will, if you are doing the same